In this video, I will show you how to quickly and easily open long and short positions on the platform Deepcoin. If you want to get the best sign-up bonus possible on Deepcoin, you simply have to go down to the video description, click on the first link, and you will get to exactly this page right here. Then you will automatically participate in the best campaigns that are currently available. They can change over time. I can show you some examples here where you're able to get certain bonuses after depositing some funds, as well as some payback programs where you could also get an additional $100 bonus after a deposit. Or here is another one where you could get up to $500. So if you sign up with a link from the description, you will automatically be eligible for the best bonuses. And to create your account, simply enter your email address right here and set a password, and then you're ready to go. Once you have created an account and you log on for the first time, you will get to this page right here. And the first thing I want to show you is how you can deposit money. So first, how you can deposit crypto. You simply go up here, click on deposit. Then up here, choose the cryptocurrency you want to deposit. So you can see there's many of them. You can also search for one specifically. Then you're going to choose a network. Just make sure that you're using the same network as for the other wallet or exchange where you're sending the money from to here. In my case, I'm going to use the Tron network. And then down here, you will be presented with your personal deposit address, which you can then copy to your clipboard right here and send the money here to your account. It only usually takes a few minutes for the money to arrive. If you don't have any crypto yet, or you want to deposit with your fiat money directly, so euro, US dollars, British pound, whichever fiat currency you own. Unfortunately, there's no direct option on Deepcoin to do that. However, I have a separate tutorial on my channel. If you just search for fiat deposit Deepcoin, you will find the other video where I explain you step by step how you can buy some crypto on another exchange and then simply send the crypto from that here to Deepcoin. That's a very simple method. Once you've made any deposit, you can simply check that by going here to your wallet overview. As you can see, we have different accounts. So if you scroll down, you will see we have swap account, spot account, copy account. In my case, I have it all up here under my assets in the so-called funding account. So if I go in here, you will see under here USDT, this is the money that I currently have deposited into my account. If you deposited with something other than USDT, we first need to convert the money into USDT to then trade with it. And you can simply do that by going here to your spot account and then simply choose the cryptocurrency pair that you have. For example, if you have some Bitcoin in here, just choose BTC USDT. And then once you're on this page, just go here on the right side, click on sell. You would see your available balance in here. If you don't see it in here, simply click on transfer and make sure that you first convert your money from your funding account where it arrives when you deposit something to your spot account, because in the spot account, we can exchange it for something else. So just make sure in here to first transfer the BTC to your spot account, and then you can just go here to sell, choose how much you want to sell. And if you click on sell BTC, you will have converted your available BTC into USDT, and that's where we needed to then trade with it. So once we have it in USDT, we can simply go back here to our wallet overview. And now, depending on in which account you have it, funding or spot, we need to make sure that we transfer it to our USDT perpetual account, because we need the money in here in our futures account to then trade with it. And you can easily do that by just going up here to transfer. I'm going to select USDT from, in my case, I still have it in the funding account, to my USDT perpetual account. I'm going to choose all in here. Click on transfer immediately. And then if I just go back to my USDT account, you will see now I have it available in here, and now we can use that money to trade. Next, we can look at the trading platform, and to get there, we simply go up here to derivatives and then click on USDT perpetual account. Then you will get to this page right here. I'm going to quickly show you everything we can see up here. First of all, in the top left, you can choose the trading pair. So whichever cryptocurrency you want to trade, Bitcoin, Ethereum. In my case, I'm going to choose Bitcoin for now. Below it, we can see the price chart. So that's just a default view from Deepcoin, but you could also switch over to trading view if you want to do that. And up here, you can also, of course, choose the different time frames. And on the right side, we can see the order book. And at the bottom, we will see our opened positions, which we'll get into in just a bit when we open our first trade, but also your open orders or your history, as you can see. On the right side, we can also see some information about our deposited assets in our futures account. So these are the $150 in here. And also if you scroll up here, you will also see how much of that is currently available. And of course, this up here is where we can execute our trades. So where we can open, close trades, choose the leverage, choose the order type, and take profit and stop loss. And of course, eventually open long and short positions. All right, so let's open our first long position. And to do that, we first choose up here, open. Then we can choose the margin mode. In my case, I recommend you to first leave that on isolated right here. And then you can choose between merge or split. If you choose merge and open multiple positions, you will just increase the opened position. And if you choose split, you could open multiple positions with the same trading pair. So that's a great option that you have in here. I'm going to leave that on merge for now. Click on confirm. And next I will choose the leverage. So I can choose between 1x up to 125x. In my case, I'm simply going to leave that at a 5x leverage for now. Click on confirm. Then I can choose the order type. So we can choose between a market and a limit order. If you choose a limit order, you could set a certain price at which you want your trade to be open. For example, if I type in $90,000, then I would simply only place a limit order in here. And only if the price would go down to $90,000, then this trade right here would be opened and executed my long position. But what I can also do and I recommend most of the time is just use a normal market order, because a market order is simply executed immediately at the current market price. Next up, I need to choose the position size, and we have multiple options in here, USDT or in BTC, or by setting our own margins, so how much of our own capital we want to use in this trade. I personally like it in USDT because then I can just simply type in I want to open a $500 position size, and down here under margin I can see how much of my own money I'm using for that. So you can see in this case I'm using around about $100. Sometimes it can be a little bit off, you will see that later on as well, because it needs to be rounded to an even BTC value a few digits after the decimal point. So that's the reason for that. But overall we could say we are using $100 of our own money times the 5x leverage will equal an entire position size of $500. So that's how the calculation works of margin, own capital, leverage, and position size. Next up, I can also set a take profit and stop loss if I want to do that. So if I just click on here, I can either type in the prices of the take profit and stop loss, or also how much profit I want to do. So I could say, for example, at $98,000, that would mean a profit of $19. Or I can just simply say I want to make $50 of profit and I want to make $20 of loss. And therefore the prices are automatically calculated and set in here. And up here I can choose between long or short. Once I have that set up, I can then just open my trade by just clicking on buy long, confirm it, and you will see I'm already in my position. I can see all the important information directly in the chart. So this right here is where we entered. I can see the position size, $470. I can see up here my take profit, where it's worth $520, which would mean 50% return on invest on my own capital of $100. And of course, $50 of profit. And down here is my stop loss. And down here is my liquidation price. We can also see that information down here. So we can see again, position size. This is where we entered the trade. Here's our current open profit or loss. Currently the price hasn't gone up or down, so it's just at zero. And here again, margin is our own capital in this trade, the $100, and our liquidation price. Liquidation price would mean if the price would fall down this much, down to $75,000, then this trade right here would be liquidated, which means it would be automatically closed by the platform and we would lose our entire margin, so our own capital in this trade. But of course, we can prevent that from happening by placing a stop loss beforehand, which we already did. And it sits right about here where we only make 20% of a loss. If I want to edit my take profit or stop loss, I can simply go in the chart and just grab it to a new position. And you will see everything changes accordingly. I can just place them to a new value. And if I want to also see how much profit, I want to set it more specifically. I can also down here click on TPSL. I can see those two in here. And you can see how much profit or loss you are also making. If I switched it up, for example, I pull it higher, then you will see the profit is higher. If I put this a little bit also higher, you will see the loss will also get smaller at that price. And of course, you can change that all up in here, or if you just click on change in here, you can also change up the prices and everything in here as well, and also choose how much % of your trade you want to close at those prices. So you could also, for example, only close half of it and then set another one where you close the other half. So you could set like ladder of multiple take profits and stop losses. That is also possible. And of course, you can also cancel that order right here. And if you want to do that, just click on add right here to place new ones. If you want to close the entire trade at some point, you can just go here to close, choose how much % you want to close, and then just click on close long, or just go down here and click on close all. And with that, you can also close your entire trade with just one click. So now let's open a short position. So we're simply going to go here to open again, leave that all the same. I'm simply going to use a $500 position size again. Let's also set a take profit and stop loss, but in this case for a short trade. And I want to say, let's say $40 of profit and $10 of a loss. Prices are automatically calculated. Only difference is, of course, now the profit price is below the current price and the loss price is above the price, because you're making a loss if the price goes up and a profit if the price goes down. That's pretty much the only difference. Then if I just click on sell short, confirm that, you will see now I'm in my short position. You can see this is where I entered. Up here is my stop loss, minus 10%, and down here is my take profit, plus 40%. I can also see all the important information again down here. Everything pretty much works exactly the same. I can also see my values in here. And if I just want to close my trade at some point, I can just go down here again, click on close all, confirm, and then I'm also out of my trade at one point. Don't forget to pick up the best sign-up bonuses possible by creating an account on Deepcoin with the first link down from the video description. And as always, if you have any other questions, always feel free to ask them in the comments.